My name is Brice Harris. I've been a resident at Villa Gardens for almost 3 years. I'm a retired faculty member from Occidental College, where I taught courses in Middle Eastern history, Middle Eastern politics. The shirt is my name in hieroglyphs. And see, it actually is B-R-I-C-E, because the Egyptian hieroglyphs are also alphabetical. Most people think that hieroglyphs are only pictures. Well, yes, hieroglyphs are pictures, but it's much more than that. And the Egyptian hieroglyphs evolved over the years into a proto-alphabetical language, so that it can be read in alphabetical ways as well. Well, my first visit to Egypt was in 1955. I had just graduated from college, and in those days, everybody went into the army, and I had an option of going to Ethiopia. So I spent 3 years in Ethiopia. But one of the visits out of Ethiopia was to Cairo in 1955. And so one day, we walked out to the pyramids, very different from today. And it was beautiful, beautiful climate, lots of sunshine. And we said, well, why don't we climb to the top of the pyramid? There's no policemen around, and so we climbed up. It's easy to climb up. It's horrible to climb down, because when you're climbing down, you look down and I'm doing this. So I suppose I didn't realize at the time that I would have a lifelong interest in Egypt. So I returned to graduate school and so forth. And then in 1975, I spent 2 years at the American University in Cairo. And I was teaching classes in American and European history because that's what they needed. But I took on a special interest in ancient Egypt. So I traveled around, I visited Upper Egypt on numerous occasions, went back out to the pyramids, took lots of pictures, but I didn't climb the pyramids this time. I was fascinated with the geography of Egypt, the importance of the Nile River in uniting Upper and Lower Egypt, the early development of history in Egypt. After all, we have records, real records of Egyptian history going back for 5,000 years. Not many other parts of the world can do that. And so as an historian, I think I got interested in the development of this early civilization. There's a lot of mythology about the pyramids. They were built almost 5,000 years ago. They were not built by slaves. They were not built by the ancient Israelites. They were not built by invaders from outer space. They were simply built by hard-working Egyptian laborers and workers who spent much of the flood season working on these mammoth buildings. The whole pyramids evolved over several hundred years. The first burial of the pharaoh, first burial of any Egyptian, was simply a tomb underground, perhaps lined with mud brick and increasingly lined with stones. And then a large platform was placed on the top of it, of mud brick. And then in the third dynasty, about 2600 BCE, under the ruler Zoser, his engineer Imhotep suggested, why don't we take one of these benches and pile a bench upon a bench upon a bench, thus creating a step pyramid. And these are called mastabas, and the word in Arabic for bench is mastaba. So this is the first of the real pyramids, which is simply a mastaba, a bench, placed on top of each other. When I came back from Egypt in 1977, I started a course on ancient Egypt. And it was the most popular course that I ever taught. Even though my professional background was modern Middle East, this course in ancient Egypt was more attractive to the students than any other class. And registration closed by the morning of the first day. So I found a great deal of interest among the college students. But then when we had the program here at Camp Villa for 8-year-olds, they were fascinated as well. And they looked at these pictures, and I boasted about my climbing the pyramids. Anytime I have an opportunity to do this kind of thing, whether it's with the students from the Jefferson School, or whether it's with the adults at Villa Gardens, whether you're teaching 9-year-olds or 19-year-olds or 90-year-olds, it's pretty much the same. Most are interested, some are not. So I found that, again, whether it's 9-year-olds or 19-year-olds or 90-year-olds, it turns out to be pretty much the same.